Hey guys, welcome back to mantalk.ke. We're towards the end of the season now. This is episode 7. We're coming to the end. Everyone can There it is. Yeah. It's been a good season so far. We've still got one more episode to go, but thank you for the response to the last video. I'm glad you enjoyed the Q&A as much as we did. We enjoyed making it. Yeah. So Oscar, you're looking very sharp.
Start there.
Yeah. How's your week been?
Really, it's a humbling experience sometimes. Life is a humbling experience. You know, first of all, shout out to everyone who gave us the questions in the Q&A. We tried our best to address them, tried to be as candid as we could. And it was very introspective. I found that episode was...
Ended up on some tangents, but we enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it. I think we learned a lot about each other as well.
Yeah. I felt quite present in that conversation. I quite enjoyed it.
It was one of the finer elements.
One of the silk episode.
Yeah, it was a silk episode.
I like it.
But this episode, how my week has been, has inspired it because, you know, we find ourselves doing a lot of the same things in terms of, you know, your life, your work. You put yourself in a routine and you have to constantly do it. And the question is, why do we do what we do? What are the things we hope to achieve by the end of our lives that, you know, when we're in our final days, you can look back at and go, oh my God.
Yeah.
And thus, the topic for today being our bucket lists.
Yes, we're going to share our bucket list, what we hope to achieve before we are cremated. Do you want to be cremated or buried?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know why I went. I'm curious.
I am a very, I feel like the more I grow, the more I value simplicity. But there once was a time when I wanted a crypt. I wanted like a crypt. Here lies Oscar Come the First.
The Great.
The Great. Here he lies, the lost tomb of Alexander. The statue there. No, my ego has now been put in check.
You're holding a plaque with your bank account back
when you died. There with a sword, bury
Statement
me.
Of recent transactions.
Yeah, my son. Then my son is buried on the left, my wife on the right. When I die, we all die. No. That's right. Yeah. So but the older I've gotten, the more I'm into I find the simpler you came, the simpler you left. Just leave, come and go.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. So I draw my inspiration from the Tutankhamun. The way they valued life after death is the way I want to value it. I want it to be an experience when you go to see where Eli once lived. So a tomb, like you've mentioned, a tomb, maybe a sphinx, one or two on either side.
I smell cat. You are speaking to African ancestry.
Yes, I want to be. Bury me with my ancestors because they knew true freedom.
Or as Drake said, money in the grave. Yeah.
So bucket lists. Bucket lists. I think it's the heat in this room. So bucket list. Oscar, before you go, let's go with one for one.
Okay.
So the first thing on your bucket list. But before I ask you, do you think it's important to have one?
The reason why I think it's important to contemplate mortality, I think as young people, we often think that our time here is unlimited. Yeah, and that's what bucket lists really help you. Just know that your time on earth is limited. The actions you take and the life you live is, you know, you will die.
Yes.
The one thing certain about life is death.
And tax. Yeah.
And taxes, yes. I felt that.
Yeah.
That's a bit more than I should have.
Quick realization.
But that's a certainty of life, and I think a bucket list helps you kind of realize that you know the time you're spending on certain things is borrowed. If you don't give yourself certain experiences, you know you will leave this earth without having truly lived a life that is truly yours, that is within your definition and within your reality, within the scope of your reality. And you will surprise yourself. If you actually achieve these things, you will surprise yourself. One of the things I had in my bucket list was start a podcast. Look at me now.
Oh, really?
No.
I was well.
Look at this guy. Yeah, look at us now. Maybe, you know, that's something you can put in a bucket list. But I'll start with the first one. The first thing I want to achieve in my life is I've always wanted to own a large business enterprise. When I say large, I mean a multi-million dollar, billion dollar one day maybe, but a multi-million dollar enterprise in the sense that I want to be able to come up with a solution that helps other people in their lives and come up with something that adds real value, a business that is valuable, that is sustainable, and that contributes to people's lives positively. And, you know, I also feel like the biggest problem that I've had, especially as an African entrepreneur, I can now call myself that because of what now things like that we do together. But like, one of the biggest problems I've had as an African entrepreneur is not having a reference point for having someone who's not necessarily like tech-based, like, you know, with a tech background, who's managed like to build a multi-billion shilling company in the modern context. Because, you know, there's a lot of companies that are in Kenya that are doing really, really well. And I just don't think that that recognition is given to Africans as much as it is globally. And one of the passions that I've always had for a long time, I don't know why, I don't even know where it came from, if you ask me, is I've always wanted to be one of those kind of breakthrough entrepreneurs from Africa who are able to create a business that would scale with principle that inspire, you know, a business that inspires. That's one of the things I want. Like, and I want it to have that like revenue, that deal revenue, which is like, you know, multi-million-dollar business. Because I think for a long time, the narrative that Africans have been given is that, you know, you come from a place of poverty, you know, there's no real solutions you have offering the world, you know. And for me, it's like, nah, that's not true, you know, like Africans also have something to offer. And I think that the world needs to recognize that as, you know, as a peer, in the sense that we can also provide solutions. And look at what we are doing now with mobile money in Kenya. Look at what Kenyans are doing in the fashion industry. Look at how influencing now has transcended boundaries with Majimbo and the rest. Like, that's value, and that's like something I hope that one day, you know.
The main thing I like about that first thing on your bucket list is, you know, when someone says they want to make a business with $1 million or whatever the figure is they don't normally pair that with impact. They normally just pair that with their own needs, because I need the millions so that I can go on a boat, do this, and this. So I like that you've paired it with impact. That's very
because
telling.
You see, most people will look at us and say, oh, but you're very superficial. But like I said, people have different interpretations of money and wealth. Like for me, I think there's a reason why Jeff Bezos is a noted like billionaire. There's a reason why people who come up with, let's say, impact investment solutions also have to pay attention to the numbers, because numbers give us an indication as to how much value that you're contributing to a society. And you see, for us, like, especially as Africans, those are not, and I always tell you this, it's inconceivable, like, to tell an African what something like a multi-million-dollar business is. Like, it's inconceivable. One, our currency is very weak, you know, in comparison with the world stage. Two, we have political barriers. Three, we have social barriers. Four, we have personal barriers. Like, we ourselves are not trained to, like, you are not trained to think, even from an early age, of solutions that are contributing to a wider society. You're trained to work as a factory worker.
The thing is, as well, what happens is that sort of scope and vision normally comes from, like we talked about the last time,
exposure.
Exposure, and also like privilege within a country. Because if you find that everybody is trying to look out for their immediate needs, you don't have the capability to think outside of that week, outside of that month, outside of the year. And I feel like with progressive countries like Sweden and all the Scandinavian countries, because their baseline is so high and the standard of living, it gives so much room for innovation, because everything else is safe, it's catered for. So now you have the opportunity to have that scope and compete on a larger scale. And that's why as well, even when you're talking about things like solutions to global warming and emissions, you'll find that Scandinavian countries are able to do more in that sense, because they have the capability to have things decentralized, like cars, etc., because they have the revenue to be able to buy the stuff that's outside of the high emissions. So I think it transcends.
Like Lithuania being a very much Tesla-run country. But another also key point you have to, now that you've touched on climate change, is how much are African countries contributing to the global emissions? Not that much.
In comparison.
So you see, if you look at something like a carbon market, you know, the carbon credit market, you know, as Africans, because like now we're in a situation where we have, if there's a carbon credit allocation system, we'd have like more credits to sell and transact, because like our environment is actually taken care of. But we also have to be conscious of the fact that, you know, we have to protect our environment. So there are new models of business and new models of finance and investing that are very, very friendly towards like African citizens.
Yeah.
And you see this new way of thinking, about finance, about business, about sustainability. All these things are things that even us as a community have always done historically.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I honestly think that in my lifetime, I've been born at a time of change. I know you've read the Outlier book by Malcolm Gladwell. I've been born at that time of change. Like, I am there.
Yeah.
Like, if each and every one of us is born at a time of great opportunity as millennials. So, like,
it depends if your definition aligns with your times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, for us, it's about you reaching that potential and that zenith. And for me, I usually have that on my bucket list because it constantly pushes me towards that objective. Like, am I educating myself? Am I learning enough? Am I working on my work ethic? Am I working on my mindset? Am I working on actually having an impact, no matter how small, dominating the season in my life, so that when that day comes, I'm ready.
I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. I think that's quite a strong first thing on the bucket list. I think more people need to have that on their bucket list. The fact it's the first one, it's very telling. Very telling. I hope you achieve that. I think you will.
You go first now.
Yeah.
Podding with me is hard. Podding with me is hard.
That's enjoyable. The first on my bucket list. Okay, so I want to balance out a very deep and academic one with one. So I feel like naturally a lot of people, they say they want to travel, right? But my one is very specific. I want to travel and stay somewhere where I'm completely in wildlife and I have to figure out how to fend for myself for a certain amount of time. Like, I want to go somewhere in the wild.
Oh God.
I want to go in the wild, right? I'd have to do my research beforehand, but I want to go somewhere where I'm scared and I have to, I don't know where this place will be, but somewhere where I'm just with nature and I'm there for a week. I have nothing apart from just the bare minimum. I want to do that and just experience that level of fear and go back, because I feel like you go back to the essence of what a human being is when you're at one with like nature, the elements, and just your resources here. Because the fact that I can just get an Uber and go to where I want to go, the fact that I can order food here, we go very far away from like the human element. So I want to challenge myself in that sense. Also, when I was back in the UK, I did a walk with my dad. So we went up to the hill and we could see like the whole of Kent. And then there was this compass thing where it says you're standing here and this is this place, this place, this place. And then one was saying like north, south, east. And I said to myself, I can't actually tell, if I don't have a compass, where north, south, east, and west is. I don't have that in my locker. And I was like, Dad, how do people figure out? And he said, it's to do with like where the sun is, where the shadow is. And then from the shadow, you know where north is, because I should remember this. But I think if your shadow's on your left, then the right is north, something like that. And I was like, how do you know that? He says, yeah, because back in the day when we were there, I used to, as a kid, these are just basic principles, you know. Then he asked me questions, you know how to do this type of like knot, you know, like scout stuff. And I was like, no. He goes, okay, do you know how to like kill an animal? And I was like, no. And all of these things on the list, I was like, wait a minute. I'm so far from being like a human, quote unquote human. So I want to push myself in that aspect.
A survival game.
Yeah, I wanted survival. I'll do a weekend. I'm not trying to do like a month or so.
A month.
Friday to Sunday.
Tarzan, come back to us.
I come back. I don't want any material things. But yeah, I want to experience that. I want to experience that. Probably on my own as well.
Fine. That's a very strong thing. I feel like survival is there's a lot of guys who've tried it, like trying out like a survivor guide, or a survivor training where you go and you're like just living on the bare minimum, hunting your own fish. Stuff like that. Like even fishing, bro. You go ahead.
No, I'm going to. You coming?
No.
Okay.
Nah, I think I'm good. You know, for us as Kenyans, let me explain to you why for us Kenyans it's extremely...
don't use the Kenyan card. No one in this room can fend for himself in a while. Let's not pretend.
Listen.
Just by default,
Kenyans,
big boy Eric behind the camera.
The reason why we adopted Christianity, the reason why we built schools is to avoid that entire situation. Like, we have built structures to avoid that. It would be slapping my grandparents and great-grandparents across the face. If I return back, human advancement is important. We are not saying that we are civilized, but we want hot showers. We've gone through a lot to get hot showers. Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla worked very hard to discover certain aspects of electricity. Michael Faraday, for me to experience a hot shower. I personally want to enjoy a hot shower every day.
Every day.
Yeah, as an African. Very recently. In fact, here in Kenya, we still have lions down the road. If I can take you for a drive 2 kilometers from here, there are lions. Our ancestors have tried very hard to not be eaten by them. So you go ahead. You go ahead. Just text me.
If it's by choice, there's still a beauty in that. There's still a beauty in
No, go ahead. Text me.
I won't be able to text you. I'll be in the wild.
No, when you're in the wild, no, we'll give you a phone. Text me and say, I need pizza. It's fine. When you're still in the wild, I'll just get on a bike. And I'll get to you in the national park, drop you your pizza and I'll leave. But that's a very good one.
I want to experience that. I do want to experience that.
By the way, if you think about it, do Africans like camping?
Oh no, we don't. No, I don't.
We do it. Like that's so.
That's the thing. Even my friends, like some of my friends back in the UK, they love that sort of stuff. Let's go camping. Let's go hiking. And I was always like, black people don't do that.
We don't.
Black people don't do
Excuse
that.
me?
But I want to start. I want to try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is, I want to.
Have you ever smelt a lion up close?
Yeah, I've been on the.
No, not a lion that is in a cage. A natural, like a lion that hunts for its prey.
Yeah, I did the Mara. Yeah.
You did the Mara. So you smelled. What it smells like.
No. I could smell. I could smell like the nature smell. Like there's some bit of carcass. There's like and a bit of poo. I could smell all of that. It was like a blended mix of.
You want me to tell you a story?
Oh God, what have you done?
No. Do you want me to tell?
No, tell the story. Tell the people.
There was once a time when I was traveling to Mombasa by road, and then we had a puncture. So and I was with the family. So. I left my family at the gas station and I had to go and look for a mechanic to actually look for a specific tool to lower the spare tire in the car. For four-wheel drive, sometimes you need a specific key to lower the tire. So I had to go into the Taita Taveta area and look for a mechanic. And
there we go.
I did.
Line with your
yeah, no, listen to the story. Listen to the story. I want you to listen to the story.
No, go and tell.
So I get into a car. So I got into a lorry, and because he was also living in the gas station, and he saw my predicament, and he said he'd drop me somewhere where he knows there's a mechanic. So when I get dropped there, I talk to the mechanic, we negotiate a price. So we have to look for a car that's taking us back down. Now the car that I got on was a patrol car. For the Kenya Wildlife Services. Okay. And when I got into the car, there was a very sharp smell of urine. Okay. And so there was a warden who was next to me and a guy whose name I think was Chalo. Seated on the front seat. And so all of us obviously had to ask the obvious question: Chalo, why on earth did you piss your pants?
Yeah.
Like Chalo, come on, you're a grown man and you're sensible. You seem sensible. You're not insane. So the warden is dying. The warden is literally crying of laughter. So they decide to tell us the joke. Yeah. So Chalo, when they had been doing their patrol inside the Savo forest, Chalo got the bright idea that he was too pressed and needed to help himself in the savannah. So he got off the car. And then he decided...
First mistake.
Yeah, no, he got out the car. And then he decided to pee. What he didn't know is just behind the fence, just behind the bush where he was peeing, was a lion that had just eaten. He could smell something. But he had no idea what he was smelling. So this guy is just going on. And he's like, hey, there's something in the air. He's just going on. There's something in the air. And now he has that power. He has it. And most people usually think that a lion sounds like the MGM sound. You know that MGM sound?
The beginning of the film.
That sound. That's not a lion.
Yeah.
A lion sounds like a very, very, very strong cat. Imagine that. It's not that loud, but when you hear it,
there's a bass to it.
Yeah, when you hear it, your entire body. I don't think you understand. It's like your entire body just freezes, especially when it's natural. Chalo had that sound when he was taking a piss. Let's just say for 20 seconds, he could not move. He wanted to, but his body refused. He wanted to. And then when he looked aside, he saw the lion. The lion was looking at him dead in the face. How dare you disturb me as I'm eating?
I'm about to go into a food coma and here you are.
Yeah. And Chalo waited 20 long seconds, probably the longest seconds of his life. Yeah. And during that process, he lost full control of his bodily functions. Full.
We laugh, but...
Yeah, you want to work with it.
We do do the same thing.
Full control of his bodily functions.
Yeah.
Until after a whole minute and something, the lion just realized just how shocked this person is. And I don't know if it's a prayer he made. I don't remember the exact story. But the lion just left him.
Left
him.
I reckon Charlo tells that story every single time he's at a gathering.
No.
If I was Charlo, you would ever been near a lion? I'd tell that story every time. I'd miss out the bodily fluids thing.
No.
I stood there like a G.
Let me tell you. I smelt what Charlo smelt like in the back of that car. And I could see the color return to his face. And it was like an hour later. Because he just walked to the car, sat down, and the guy asked him what? And he said nothing. He said nothing. So he gave us that account. So if you want to go live in the wild, you do that.
I didn't say it. I'm going for a few days. And if anyone wants to come with me, let's do it. What is next on your bucket list? Numero 2.
Travel. There's a specific place I want to travel. It's as specific as I can get. Actually, there are several, but the one I think I should surrender now in this podcast is I really want to see Italy, my guy.
You're annoying because that's okay. Go. That's annoying. We're gonna have to do that together because that's on mine too.
Yeah, I really want to see Italy. I really want to see. Like I really want to see Italy, and it's not. I wanted to do Egypt, but I think I'll do that. It's become possible. But like the trip that I want to do is like Positano, Le Como, Florence.
Yeah, Rome. Florence. I need to go to Florence.
Yeah.
My so 2 things. The Egypt thing you mentioned. When I went to Egypt, this is in 2015. Yeah. Can you imagine a month later there was a terrorist attacks? We went just before that whole area, Sharm el Sheikh, was like closed down to tourists. Mad. On the thing with Egypt. Yeah. Italy, sorry. I've always imagined, and I always have this joke with my family. This is what I want to do in Italy, and we could do this together. Linen, a lot of linen, right? Seafood brunches, retro cars, drop tops. Yeah, as you go down the hills and you look
and you just study the road.
Yeah, you just and just the breeze, and the squid and the calamari. You can still taste a little bit of it,
like Negroni.
Baby wearing baby blue, baby white.
And then, but we won't talk about the thing in the car. We won't talk about the peng thing on the left side.
I was going to say the engine. Engine is the only thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, me personally, I must have a beautiful person in my vehicle, like someone just striking, slaps you across the face. I don't need beauty, like bah! It's like a smack.
Dude, the only beauty I need in my passenger seat is my blazer. That's the only beautiful thing in my passenger seat.
All the best. But for me, I must have, and it's something like Oscar.
That was such a beautiful lunch, and I really
what a lovely day. Fantastic.
You say, it's okay, baby, turn it on. That's amore.
Some
Dean Martin in the car.
That's Mambo Italiano. You're just driving. You know
where you're driving to? You're driving to the port. Where you get we're so off topic. You're driving to the port. Picture this. The breeze, you get off, you give your car to the valet, you say thank you. You tip him 50 euros.
Like you tip him. For context, guys, that's 4,500 shillings.
Yes. You tip him, you go out, the boat's waiting. It's a dark, like maroon/brown interior, white.
Is it a Lamborghini?
It's a Lamborghini. It's a Lamborghini boat.
It's a Lamborghini
you get in there, you roll up your sleeves a little bit on the linen shirt.
You know what I mean?
And you hold her hand, you say, hey, get in first. She sits down, she crosses her legs. And you say, key.
For you, it's a blazer. Blazers don't
No, my blazer. I mean, my blazer, on brand, my blazer. And you just go, and you drive, and you start just seeing the islands, and you just, music playing. Then you stop the boat, you sit down. Yeah. And you just cheers. And you just sat there.
And when you clink glasses, you can hear the financial stability. Just clink, financial stability. Clink. That's what I miss the most. Like that's what I need.
And you see in her eyes, she just feels safe.
She's safe. She's secure financially. She knows that.
I forgot we're on a podcast. I thought we were just chilling. This is just absolute nonsense. Shambles.
Clink. Financial stability. It's just in the air. And she speaks, let me tell you, I've always had this crazy thing.
Here we go.
Let me tell you, I've always had this crazy thing. Well, like the chick I want, I wanted to be like finessed and have that class and all that. But I also wanted to have that Nairobi.
That's an impossible dichotomy.
That's that Nairobi I can say something in Sheng and she gets it.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's the problem. Like most of the chicks, like,
how are you going to find the both?
I don't know.
She has to have transcended her past and been in a level where she's also experienced the finer things before she meets you.
Yeah, like that's the idea.
So send
because even me, I
applications.
also want to be at that place. I feel like, because I'm very like Nairobi, like South Sea, till I die. That's always going to be there.
Yeah.
But then we must also have the Italian experience.
Yes.
Buonasera.
So I think we should let people send the applications if that is your background and your CV says
if
you have transcended your experience and you're now.
No. Like if you're one of the Nairobi girls who are you think we should do this together, just let me know.
Apply for Italy below.
Yeah, apply for Italy in the comments.
Any
and while you're at it, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, like subscribe. Yeah. By the way, it has to, just before we leave Italy, it has to be a sunset, as you said there. The
Capri,
a bit of sunset.
Capri.
Yeah.
Like on the edge, like on the absolute.
And then it gets
edge.
a bit cold. You say, put my blazer.
And then you have to have that one racist person who is just irritated
by the opulence.
But the opulence on show is just angry. And then you say something in Swahili to piss him off.
Yeah.
You know, like the way they talk. You know, the way they talk. You know, they expect you to know their language. You know, you don't speak Italian. Apana siongei. Like you just say something in Swahili. Like, and then you're sorry, that's my Swahili. You speak Swahili? No, again.
But you can't do that in someone's country.
I would.
I'll do it then.
I would.
I won't be with you. We've gone so off topic. We need to go to the next bit. The next on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Is it me or you?
It's me.
It's me. Sorry, I kind of hijacked your Italian thing, but it's fine. Next on my bucket list is I want to give away something that completely changes someone's life. I don't know if that's
a nice thing.
Yeah, like until like you see whatever I give you is actually I've actually changed your life. But I need to be at that level where it can really impact someone. So whether that's like I'm at the level where I can say I'm going to pay this amount of rent for you for a certain period of time while you pursue something, a career, or like sponsor somebody to go to a university or something. That for me, if I do that to like just one person, I always think of the example of Denzel Washington and Chadwick, where he was the one that paid for Chadwick's scholarship, rest in peace. And he now when he's like going to these awards, he's saying, I found out the person that sponsored it was Oxford, University of Oxford, that sponsored that was one Denzel Washington. And then now when you're meeting that person a few years later, and they're saying thank you because you're now at the same level. Yeah, and
he's done so much before he left.
Exactly.
Like,
can you imagine?
I can't imagine how Denzel feels. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know.
That's that for him. I think that's probably what success is, rather than even.
Is it not? No.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I've always defined success as inspiring others.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Money's also there, by the way. Let's never get that twisted.
Yeah, but think about it. Like the ability to inspire is literally. Yeah. That's the purpose.
Yeah, I think so. So that'd be my thing. Yeah, I'd want to change someone's life by giving something big. I don't know what that is yet, but I need to make some serious bread. Yeah. To change a life is a lot. Like that's. Yeah, either a protracted amount of time where you're supporting, or it's a substantial amount.
That's a very strong thing to do.
Yeah.
Changing someone's life.
Because I mean, here we're doing in a very small way.
Yeah, but like,
change it in a small perspective.
But like,
shift.
Big boy Eli at like 60,
yeah, 50. I've shifted your path, like with a resource or with something.
Yeah, you find that child who's talented, and that's also something I'd want to do.
Yeah.
That's also something. That's in my bucket list.
That's the bucket list. Yeah,
that's in my bucket list as well. Like I've also wanted to take like somebody from poverty and just lift them completely.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Yeah, that's a serious one.
Thank you.
It's a very good one. Yeah, charity.
Yeah, every time.
Works every time. Okay, the next one for me is we've done the travel. Let's talk about an activity that I think I'd want to do. I'd really want to like jump off a plane with nothing but a parachute on.
That's on my these things you keep
just
wait. You say with nothing
but a parachute.
But a parachute. Okay,
nothing but a parachute.
Yeah.
Nothing but a parachute.
Yeah.
And I mean nothing. You thought I meant anything else?
Wait, my question's this.
No boxers.
You know when you first.
No boxers. Everything's swirling in the wind.
Oh, shambles. My question's this. You know when you first. This guy. My Oscar, have you considered this?
Wind through all crevices.
Have you considered this? You know when you first do a parachute jump?
Yeah.
You know you have to do it with someone behind you.
Oh crap. Okay, maybe the first one. Maybe the first one I'll do normally. But
there has to be someone strapped to you. I could just imagine you at the edge of the plane. You're like, 1 sec. They're like, are you okay? No, this is part of my bucket list.
Simon,
Mr. Mbabu, I'm sorry, but we can't. Nope.
Simon, where's the harness?
I swear. No, this is a shambles. Wait, this is.
Where's the harness? Wait now, Alexandria.
Who are these people? No. I'm actually sweating. Wait, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. No, wait. Okay.
Nothing. Like absolutely nothing.
You're still, even with the first one strapped to you.
No, of course, the first one you go like with someone. That's how you get trained and stuff. But you know when you're ready to go alone.
Is there a reason behind this? Just to say you've done it. We've got the picture in our head, Oscar. Stop drilling it in there, because. Nope. Next on my bucket list is what's next to my bucket. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this.
No, imagine that you pull and then like.
God's sake. Oscar.
You pull the thing. You pull the thing. You pull the thing.
He's off. We can't control it.
We can't
control
it. You pull the thing. You pull that lever. And then it's like there's nothing on. If you survive that,
you can tell your children.
You can die.
I've been to the ends of the earth.
You can die. It's fine.
Please do it before you're like 50 or 60, just so that you know everything's in the right place.
Your chest hair is white. Like.
No, I'm moving on. Next on my bucket list. Nope. Next on my bucket list. So look, number one was actually bungee jump / skydive.
I've already bungee jumped.
Yeah, so that's is it nice?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I got inspired when I saw Will Smith doing it at 50.
I did it in Rishikesh in India. Nice. One of the highest peaks. So I just went. It was wild. Along the Himalayas. It was crazy. I
want to try that.
I think I have footage. Maybe very like shite.
Yeah, we could insert clip. the clothed bungee jump. So yeah, one of my last ones is I want to, and my brother will love this one because this is very much aligned with him.
Yeah,
I want to drive a car at excessive speeds that scare me.
I'll
tell you why.
Because that's also on mine.
Yeah. I'll tell you why. I experienced this once, right? So when I was a bit younger, I made a stupid decision and I bought like a drop top 2-seater, right?
Yeah.
So I went to pick it up like 3 hours away. So I went to one dealership, I couldn't get it, I went to the next one, and I managed to get it there. I was like, okay, cool. So I left my car there, part exchanged it, and now the drive home, was it north? I can't remember, it was like 3 hours to get home. And I picked it up and it was like now midday.
Yeah.
So I had the whole day to drive back. Bro, I left there and I took every country road, and I've never felt so alive as to where I was like, top went down, and I just went.
Which car was it?
It was an MR2, so it's just very nippy. Oh, it's glorious. So I was holding it. Imagine I've just bought it and I was just screaming like, ah! And that feeling, the only time I've ever felt that is when I did jet skiing. That feeling, I don't want to say what I was shouting, but yeah, that feeling of driving at excessive speeds, drop top, summer. I want to do that again, but now the next, like a even better car. Mad. Yeah. To the point that I'm scared. Yeah. I want to try that. I want to try that. Yeah.
Dude, I was about to say something, but I was like, I've already said it.
Nope. Whatever you're gonna do.
Listen, driving.
You're feeling reckless today, huh? You're feeling reckless.
This is the Rap Clubs episode. We've been nice this whole season.
He's feeling reckless. Okay.
So, like, driving in the Autobahn, the German Autobahn, at like a good, you take a nice, good, a nice, Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and you just get lost. You know, the tires are done.
Yeah.
Change tires like a bloody Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like
burnout. That for me, that feeling.
And then like put your hands out.
Yeah. That fear.
When I was in campus, there was this time we went for a Euro trip, and we were on the Autobahn for like maybe an hour or two. And I'll never forget, like it was as if that day it was raining spot cars, and you just
yeah.
And then I never forget, a guy drove past in a McLaren P1, and people's like they're dropped the top, and so you just see people's hands out.
That G-force, my gosh.
I can't even imagine how that felt.
I need to be at the point that I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm very scared.
Yeah, like that. I watch a lot of auto trader videos for cars, and there was one where he was reviewing the last petrol Ferrari, I think, and the guy was like, there's a certain place the human mind goes when you're in a car that's that fast and it's within your control and you feel that control and that speed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. What will we do?
I think it's essential to go to those places.
Yeah, we don't talk about cars much, but we love cars.
I wish there was something we could do with cars.
I wish there was something we could do with cars. That would be fantastic, right? A nice cars episode. A season. One day. Who knows?
From our lips to God's ears.
Yeah. Add that to our bucket list.
Yeah, add that to the that was mine. So next is yours. Is this our last one?
Okay. No. Yeah.
This is our last one. Yeah.
This is our last one. I think. Yeah. Okay. We have to. Yeah. So the next one for me is I want to go backpacking. Like I just want to get lost with someone's daughter. Like I just take someone's
on the edge.
Yeah, take someone's daughter. Take a chick who you really like a genuine your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it is. If I get whatever it is, like for me, I don't care. And just disappear off of the face of the planet. Just the two of you go somewhere. You don't know the language. Somewhere like dropped in Argentina. And then you just backpack across Argentina. Just the two of you. Or you go somewhere like the Amazon with like machetes in the bush.
Wait a minute. So when I'm saying I want to go to the wild, you start talking about your ancestors.
Nah. But listen. You see, you're going alone. That's the difference.
That's the whole point.
Me, I'm going with someone else, and like we're going to experience it. Like you go somewhere, and then you're told, oh, we do it like somewhere in Peru, like ayahuasca. Like
ayahuasca.
Yeah. But here, you'll find yourself. Here, you will discover who you really are.
With like a dodgy guy.
Yeah.
Like a dodgy guy. He might kill you.
He might kill you. And then it's like, babe. Babe, do you have the gun?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
You don't know. I shouldn't tell you. Like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like a proper bloody adventure. Like, I feel like dating now is, oh my God, baby girl, Dubai. Oh my God, Paris.
Yeah.
All that sweet crap.
Yeah.
Like all that sweet crap that you want to share on Instagram. But you go somewhere where like you come back with your shoes dirty.
Yeah.
With like
filthy.
Even if, let's say, a child comes from the whole experience, like, let's even assume a child comes from the whole experience. Like, your child, your son is born, you call him Rex. You know what I mean?
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. Like, the proper way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, that's not done as much as it should. Like, you go somewhere and just get lost, like in a different culture with a different people. Probably do something like a volunteer trip. Where you're, let's say, like Tom's, the company. Yeah, like the guy who started Tom's went to Argentina and realized the children don't have shoes, and so he started using Argentine designed shoes and selling them back to California. And then that would educate kids and that would assist them.
Yeah, it's still one of the MOs.
And it's one of like the biggest companies. You see, that's like that's a story.
We talked about last time, that exposure where you've seen the worst, you've seen the best.
That's a story.
And now you use both to propel yourself.
Yeah.
That's a basic
so when I went to, like, when I was in India, that was something I saw a little bit. Like I saw like couples do that, and I was like, that's mad, clever. And it's the thing about it is that it's you, a camera, a bag, and like a credit card maybe, just in case things get bad.
Yeah.
And some cash, and you guys are just going.
Yeah.
Like
I hear you. That sounds.
That's like.
That's
love. You don't know what love is.
Yeah.
That's it. If I'm comfortable to do that with you, then I know I love you. Like. Yeah. Just like.
Because here's what I'm saying is there's no toilets in the wild, so you have to really love someone. There's no toilets in the wild.
But there's tissue paper in my bag.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying you go somewhere and suffer. I'm just saying like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. No, I like that. Do I have to go one more? One more. Yeah. Okay, this is you're gonna go, oh, of course. But my bucket list, one of the biggest achievements I want to do in my life. I feel sick even saying it out loud. This is meant to be in my mind.
Yeah.
I want to. I'll paint the picture like Italy. If I've achieved this in my life, I'm 60, right? I've bought all of my kids a house. Bought them. Done.
Why?
Because
Why would you buy your children a house?
Because that's the biggest expense in someone's life is their house. So if you manage to give that to
but why give them?
Why not?
Okay, we will discuss it. That's
another
episode.
Because I always thought like, and I've said this before, if I was to like win a bag of money and now the option is how you're gonna like split it between who you love, I'll just pay off mortgages. Because once you're free from your housing, your life is just
different.
That's your biggest expense.
Different.
So that's one part of the thing.
But the thing about fathers doing it for their kids, that is up for debate.
Yeah, but if I know that's what I'm doing, you have to train them to.
Yeah,
so,
you
have to train them. Yeah. So I'm there. I'm sat there. I'm in my chair. I've got grandkids, and they're all at my house. And I've sat there and I've achieved. I'm like everyone.
When me and your grandmother were in the Amazon.
Yeah. I was inspired by this business. So I want to sit there. My bucket list is I've sat there. I'm old.
Yeah.
I've got grandkids. I've got a massive yard.
Yeah.
And I'm like eating good food, and I look and I'm like, everyone here is comfortable because of these hands. That's what I want. I've achieved that. I can sit in that chair and die. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, that's my like. That's the
day when you leave, when you're generational.
I'm sat there and I'm healthy still.
Generational wealth achieved.
Yeah. I'm sad. Everyone's okay.
I think that's everyone's objective.
Yeah.
But you're very specific.
But that moment,
about
I want that moment. That moment,
where you hear your son saying something like, "Dad, there's a company we started." Then you're, then you're saying something, and then
and someone just passed me another mini burger. I just bite into glorious meat as the sun hits me. That's my bucket list.
And then you say, "Dear Lord, I am now ready to enter your hands."
And if it's a movie scene, you just see my hand go down, the burger just falls.
like the Godfather.
Yeah. You come to my house.
You're a good son. You're a good son.
Yes.
Michael, you're a good son.
Yes.
The one who will come to you.
Yes.
That's the traitor. The last scene of Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
We'll edit it here.
Everything seems to be very Italian. In a way.
Yes. You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention, my boy.
Yes.
Don't dissect from the family.
Family is the most important thing in your life. You must not deviate from the mission.
Never lose the people around you. Never lose the people around you.
We forgot we're podcasting again. We need to finish this episode. Guys.
Wait, I have my one. I have one more for me.
Was it?
No.
How many of you
That was your last one. So this is my last one.
Okay, did you start?
Yeah, this is my last one.
Okay, you can do your last one.
So, okay.
I think we've lost count.
I have to. So, my last one. My last one when it comes to my bucket list is you said something about family, and that's really good. But the last thing that I'd want to do is I feel like for my parents.
I hear you.
For my parents, like I just want to like give them a life that's comfortable.
Retire both of them.
Yeah. Just put them out of business.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
Yeah.
Mom, go to the Mara. Just go.
If you work for fun.
Here's a passport. Stamp it here, Cappadocia. Have you heard of it? You like it? Best places possible.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, just rest. Just rest.
That's so true. That's amazing. Yeah.
That if I do that, I feel like personally I'll have achieved a lot.
Yeah. It's not my bucket list, but I hear you. Like my thing's always been buying my mum a range.
Oh.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I need to buy my mum a range.
Like you just signed an NBA contract.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely one of the things. But very sweet way to end. Very sweet way to end. We went from Italy, someone's daughter, to our loving family and parents, which again we've mentioned quite a lot.
Yeah, you skipped the skydiving. Fundamental
skydiving. If anyone wants to sponsor Oscar's trip, please do. Send us an email. mantle.ke.
I'll have nothing on but a rosary.
I'll end this episode because every time we're going. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let us know your bucket list in the comments. Write down what you want to achieve before you die, because I feel like if you don't cater to the experiences you want, life will give you experiences and you won't do the ones that you want. So tailor yours, what you want to do, and you'll do that, you'll feel happy, you feel successful, and then even if life gives you experiences you don't want, you've still done the ones that you want to do. Facts. That's why I think bucket lists are really important.
Facts.
So thank you for watching mantle.ke again. When are we going to see them, Oscar?
Next time.
Next time.
After you like, share and subscribe.
Peace.
Bye.